Alright, welcome to another episode of Chaos at London. This is Changeling Edition. Today is the day of the performance tournament, where a couple people have shown up to prior to the actual tournament. Baron Nathan has asked to meet with Philippa, the Medici, about the news that she found out, so that they can finally get that, figure out what they need to do with that, and get it made public knowledge. So he will be probably standing around backstage, just waiting for her to show up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's pretty much been kind of busy running around doing things as she has been. I imagine by now things have gotten a bit more calmer on the freehold, at least. She probably has it a bit more under control. Get a feel for things after a bit, you know. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she's supposed to be there, she would be on time. Like she would not be late at all. So, where did he want to meet? Like, I can't remember what room did you say?
Just somewhere backstage.
A private place somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Insert room here.
That's fine. As long as we know there's nobody there, that's really all that matters. It could be a broom closet. Although that is a totally different connotation to it.
A little bit. But no one would come looking for him there.
Like, Hayden is widely known as asexual.
Yeah, that is the
thing. But yeah, she would walk into the room and sort of bow her head in respect for just a second before saying, thank you for giving me the time.
He'll look kind of sheepish and say, yeah, sorry I couldn't get to it earlier. We've both been super busy.
Well, yes. That's my job to be super busy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So what'd you find out?
Well, there's a few things. First of all, as we were leaving the other day, which would have been, a few weeks ago or something by now?
Yeah.
Benoit gave me an envelope that he wanted me to share with you.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll pull the envelope out, probably has a bag that she's carrying, or more likely a briefcase. Let's be real, because she's very busy. It feels like she's very busy and not really important, but very busy.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll hand him this envelope. And it inside, if I recall correctly, as I'm going from memory, it has like a very old picture, and I forget the date on it. But it's quite old, and it has a picture of Benoit right in front of it. It's like it says Chartier House, which is apparently his freehold, and it has him right in front of it. But it's a very old picture, and obviously he should be dead if it was that old, kind of thing.
Right.
And she'll just hand that to him. She's already looked at it. Like, this envelope has clearly been opened, but he did give her permission to.
Yeah. So he'll look at it and say, yeah, it's not unheard of for, us to live super long, way longer than we should. So, I mean...
Agreed, my lord. Which is why, I mean, I'm guessing this is simply his way of letting you know. And me, because I'm kind of working for you.
That makes sense. I'm guessing this is his freehold, too?
I believe so. Actually, yes, it is. Because when we checked over the paperwork, it's been connected to him for quite a while. So, him and his family.
Okay.
So, yes. I suppose he just wanted to inform. I guess that was his point?
I guess. Good to know, I suppose.
It's pretty rare. Yeah, it's pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
The other thing is, I was wondering, well, there's actually a couple of other items, but that child. Has anything else been done about that child yet that you know of?
I've allocated funds to help provide for the child. We're still trying to figure out what exactly is going on with it, or with the kid. It seems to be doing new stuff every day.
No, that's good. I was going to suggest that you do that. It makes you look a lot better to your people if you're taking care of the ones who really obviously need it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Aside from just being the right decision, regardless of whether it looks good or not. I was also going to suggest, and you can decide if this is the right thing to do or not, because they're your knights. But I was going to suggest that you have a discussion with the knights that were taking care of the child. I mean, it was a very good thing of them to do that, but for them to be doing that and having him stay in your household and you don't know, it's a little off, if you know what I mean.
I knew he was there. They didn't tell me that they were using their own funds to take care of him, which is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with their money. I don't want to make them do something that's my job necessarily, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense. I mean, I wouldn't take them away since, you know, there seems to be an emotional attachment forming. I wouldn't do that at all. If they want to take, you know, like, why take away one thing that this kid has, this poor kid?
Right, yeah, no.
I just wanted to, I don't know. It seemed a little off to me that there was a pretty big lack of communication.
Yeah. There's been a lot of weird things. Normally I'd be worried about it, but everyone's still trying to get used to the whole new Barony thing, so I'm gonna let it slide this time. But I will have a discussion with them on what I expect in the future.
She nods. That's your call. I just see things from, I guess, the political standpoint in a way, if you know what I mean.
Right. I will be the first to admit I'm not the best at looking at things from that point of view, so having someone who can and is willing to provide that point of view is most appreciated.
Well, good. I'm glad I can help. The last thing is I did do some research into the owner of, you know, the Grey World side of this, and took a little bit of digging and pulling a few strings, shall we say. But I finally figured I have a name and some information on him.
Okay.
It just so you get an idea of where this all came from. I started digging through the records because, well, the old Baron didn't think to destroy all of his old records, which is good for us. It may be helpful. And I found some bills that I was able to trace down, and there were some fingerprints, and I have a friend on the police, and I was able to, who could check out the fingerprints. Kind of got her to maybe in a little bit of, yeah, but the point being is that it's a gentleman by the name of Daniel, Claricon Canane, who owns it. And as you might imagine, this is a pretty big place even on the other side. So there's a lot of money going on there.
Yeah.
And apparently, from what I'm getting, he handles the money for the Irish mafia. He likes to be left alone, and they leave him alone.
Fair enough. I can respect that.
You get the point, though. This is not someone to mess with.
Right.
And he really doesn't seem to care what goes on over here, as she kind of holds her arms out because this is the dreaming side of things. But this is his private home. And if he wants somebody, the only real trick of this, the only real problem I've run into here, in my opinion, this is kind of a big deal, is that if he wants one of us, and then he expects us to do it. That's like kind of the deal of us being here rent free. The problem is that not all Fae that go to him actually come back. I don't know if that means that if they just choose to stay with him, or that they die, or they get lost in the dreaming. I mean, I have no idea what it means. I'm just picking up old rumors, old
Right.
bits, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Stuff I picked up from some of the Canaan, since I have some who work for me.
I'll need to probably talk to him and let him know that I've taken over and everything. But
Well, he doesn't apparently like company unless it's strictly necessary.
I'll just send him a letter then. It'll be fine.
Yes. My problem, of course, is the fact that we shouldn't be losing our Fae, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he has a certain amount of, like, maybe we could arrange a rental, a rent or something to him in place of this really weird arrangement he has.
I'll try and get in contact with him and see if I can't work out a deal. That is worrying, though, that people are just going missing like that.
Yes. Yes, it is. And I don't have any details on who or what or how, but that's what I'm getting. I just kind of made the guess that if he was a Canaan, maybe some of the Canaan keep track of each other the way we keep track of each other. So maybe they might have heard something.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can talk to your contacts, your Canadian contacts, and see if they might know anything that might help us figure out where they're going. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll see.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Keep going. She wouldn't interrupt you.
I'll try to arrange a meeting with them and see if I can't discuss the matter with them.
She nods. She's like, I'm not a very good fighter, but I am pretty good with people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we need people of all different kinds of talents. It's not just, brute strength all the time, as tempting as that can be.
Well, I mean, as kind of disturbing as some of that news is, there you go. I guess that would be, that's what I found out, which I think is at least a good start in terms of trying to figure out where to go from here.
Absolutely. It gives us a lot more information that we didn't have beforehand. So thank you for all you've done.
Of course, my lord. She offers him like a little bit of a smile. Even knowing it kind of makes him uncomfortable with the whole my lord thing, but she does it anyway. Yeah. She kind of can't take that out of her because that's just how she is.
Mm-hmm. But if there's nothing else you need to report, I'm gonna let you prepare for your entry tournament.
Yeah, yes, thank you. I hope that it goes well.
Best of luck.
Thank you. And with another like little bob of the head, which she's actually tempered down. She used to be all about that curtsy, but now she's tempered it down since the beginning because she doesn't like it. The little sort of bob of the head, she's going to take like a step back first and then turn to leave the room.
And he'll return the nod, go and sit in his seat, and I'm gonna start getting ready for work. So you guys have fun.
Yep. She's heading out to probably warm up her voice. That would make most sense, and because warming up your fingers is there, but she practices every day, so that's not so much a thing. But in terms of piano, but the singing is, that needs a warm up more.
Alright, if you hit this border.
Yeah, that's the very well. It's the one Jason on the left. Yeah.
Alright. And make your performance rolls.
Sure.
And
Oh, we're doing this right now?
I was gonna let her perform, and then the other character
Okay.
or let him perform, and then we're gonna, because it'll turn into a social.
Okay. My bad. I misunderstood you then. I thought we were all just doing it at once. I was confused by that.
Do you want both of my rolls since I have 2 stamina?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I spend a willpower on one of the rolls at least?
Sure, yeah. Why not?
Okay. Because she really doesn't want to make a fool of herself in front of, well, basically everybody. So, all right, so, and my specialty is, and charisma is, I believe, let me get back up here. I just wouldn't want to know if it applies or not. I think it might. I'm in the wrong place on my sheet. There it is. Captivating. I'm assuming that would work.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my first one with the okay. So including willpower, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was a nice roll. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Damn.
Well, certainly getting a standing ovation for your performance.
Yeah, she's probably doing like. Honestly, I'm just gonna say she's actually gonna be doing Billy Joel's Piano Man, complete with, like turning around and playing the piano backwards with her hands, kind of stuff, and you know what I mean, standing up and doing it, moving around. And if you've ever seen Billy Joel do Piano Man, he's very energetic. Not on Piano Man as well, like later on in Piano Man.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So, if, Anya wants to go ahead and perform.
Alrighty, let's try it. I think I'm also going to drop that willpower because...
You also don't want to make a fool of yourself in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. I was afraid I was going to get like a bunch of ones to screw this up.
Right? Shit, that's where I'm at. Alrighty, so there goes for the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 5 to start with. Are we allowed 1 willpower per performance or what?
Let's do 1 willpower per performance.
Sounds good. What the hell? Oh. Okay, so 5 and 10. So Anya has 17.
Nice. Just drop the total number of successes you have in the chat chat and go ahead and describe what you're doing as your performance.
Okay, so what Anya comes in with, she has a very flowy kind of outfit on. It's not quite something that you would traditionally consider like something for dancing. And for those that think that she would be doing something like ballet or something, it's not quite that. If y'all want to see the song that I just posted into the chat for the venue, that's going to be the song that accompanies this dance. It's a very hypnotic and sinister sound that gives her spins and flourishes a very almost threatening flair. It's a very edge of your seat kind of thing.
Alrighty, you'll also receive a standing ovation, though a bit more timid than it was for Philippa. And we'll go ahead and let Ian do his performance role of the knives. It's the knives.
I sent you a message on Facebook.
It's going to be standard.
Okay. Now spending willpower. Then.
So you don't stab yourself while doing it?
So what's Benoit's going to be doing is reminiscent of a late 1800s, early 1900s sideshow throwing knife display. Oh my god.
Good thing you spent the willpower.
Well, the second one's far better. I guess he gets anxiety, performance anxiety, and yeah. So 4 successes. Oh, that's bad.
To be fair, that's not actually that bad considering the 2 people that just went have been performers for like their entire lives.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like,
I mean, that's definitely Philippa. She's been all about the piano since they forced her to take lessons when she was like 4 or 5.
like yeah, no, Anya's been dancing pretty much since she was like 10 or 11 and just didn't stop and was already pretty naturally gifted. And then her face soul was also naturally gifted. So, like, trust me, you did good.
Let's see.
To be fair,
Christy, how many?
to be fair, every single one of those successes are bullseyes. So.
How many successes did you get on your?
I'm gonna double check myself, but I believe it was 14. I'm gonna look just to be safe though. 7, I'm sorry, it's 15. But yeah, Tim still got more.
Yeah. So Tim will get first place. Philippa will get second, and Benoit will get third in this competition. And so I'll let you guys social talk to people you need to talk to. The Barons are out and about today. Just enjoying the music, etc.
Hey, is that Ilunid here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna head that way.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
she's a troll.
Strongheart.
Yes.
Baroness, right?
They tend to go with Baron, but if you haven't had a chance to talk to them much, you won't know that.
Well, it's a female is all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's interesting that they would choose to do that. But anyway, yeah, like I don't know if she would know that being kind of new-ish to the area, kind of, sort of. But yeah, no, she would just go over and if she was speaking to someone, she would simply wait her turn because she's like a very unimportant member of the house.
And it's not really anything big. She's just hanging out, talking to people, just socializing, having fun.
Well, I happen to want to socialize a little bit here. So yeah, she'll kind of try to catch her eye and then kind of drop not a super low crazy curtsy, but a proper one anyway. And just we'll just say I've been wanting to meet you, my lady. My name is Philippa de Medici. Nia Lunid, although much lower than you. I'm only a page. But I've wanted to meet you if I could.
She'll say Addie's, and offer your hand, or offer her hand to shake yours. Also, the image that I've dropped in the venue chat is what she looks like.
Oh, yeah, let me look.
And the girl. Tim's microphone flickered.
That chick is buff.
Right? It's that troll, if I remember right.
Yeah, she's a troll. But yeah, Philippa will shake it, and will shake her hand as she's pretty much following cues here. If she wants to shake hands, I'm gonna shake hands.
Oh yeah, she's American, so she does things like the American way.
Like who does?
The troll Aluna.
Yeah.
The Baron. She is American.
Oh, okay. Well, that's vastly different compared to Little Miss proper Italian over here.
Yeah. Nah. Josie, you did quite well up there. I think she only gestured towards Anya. I think she only beat you by a margin.
She was very good. If she's better, then she deserves to win. I'll do better next time. She offers a little bit of a smile.
She'll say that's the spirit.
I've never been good at the front of things. I mean, I take it back. I'm good in front of a crowd, but I mean, I'm better in the background, if you know what I mean, in many ways.
Aren't we all?
tilt of head, looking a little curious.
She'll gesture towards her house symbol. I'm surprisingly good at buffing people over getting in there with hands-on techniques. But I can do that too. Just
I'm trying to find my way a little bit. I didn't know if there was anything that our house might be doing around here that I'm unaware of. Because, I mean, while I've been here for a few years now, I've been here around here for about 2 years, but I was in college and I really wasn't mixing with a lot of people, if you know what I mean.
mm-hmm. Good news. I'm new here too. We just came here a few months ago, and she'll lean in close and explain the situation that's going on about the tyrannical duke and him like causing people to unravel because he's like taxing people so hard to draw some glamour. And she was just like, yeah, that's kind of the situation. So instead of focusing on house interests, we've all been working together to deal with that.
So where do we stand on the Duke then? So I can think of a few different points of view that you might have.
What do you mean on where do we stand with the Duke?
Well, when there is one that is a bit of, and yeah, she'll be leaning in pretty closely at this point. I mean, she's not going to be sit there talking about the tyrannical Duke out loud in front of like everybody, but leaning in so she can hear it a little bit. Like same way that she was.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Duke who isn't a very good Duke. You could try to teach him to behave better. You might try to bring him down. You might back him because you know something about him that nobody else does. There are lots of ways of handling this in a political fashion. I just didn't know which one that we might be choosing in our house. As she offers just a very small smile.
She'll nod thoughtfully. Well, I'm not sure what we're going to do when we meet him face to face. I'm pretty sure nobody's okay with backing him up and offering him help. Because we're placing the needs of the many over the one. And let's see. I mean, if he's willing to be taught, yeah, we could teach him. But there are things going on as well that are, well, to be frank, your current position is above your pay grade. But
You mean acting Chamberlain?
oh, I mean as a page of the house.
Oh, I understand that you can't tell me everything, but I am working on the position. I have hopes.
So yeah, keep working on that. I'll let you know more as a. Okay? She'll give you thumbs up to see if you're okay with that.
She can recognize a dismissal and pretty much kind of what she was expecting from someone like this anyway. So she will nod, and very well. And she will rummage in her pocket, actually, for one of the cards for her business, and she will offer it to her.
Oh, yeah. She'll exchange contact information with you. Yeah, that's no big deal.
Yeah. She'll just be like, if that's where you can find me, or you can send a message to me. I don't live there, but at the very least, you can certainly, my employees know how to find me.
Alrighty.
But it was good to meet you.
You as well.
And with a little bit of a curtsy, she will, back away a couple of steps and then probably head over towards Anya because she hasn't gotten to say hi yet.
Was Anya stopped by anyone or anything like that, Cam?
I mean, you were given congratulations by several people, but at a safe distance, if that makes sense.
That's fair. She kind of expected that.
But nobody would try and stop you from doing whatever.
Awesome. As she sees Philippa then, Anya will smile, and she'll say, Lady Philippa, hi. I haven't gotten to congratulate you yet.
And here I thought I needed to congratulate you.
Maybe, but you mentioned that you played the piano before, but you never told me to what extent. That was excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've done it most of my life. I've never seen quite anything like what you did either. It's very impressive.
Thank you. I've been doing it for quite a while.
I just enjoy doing what I do. I'll be honest, and I'm lucky that I found a way that I can do it and still I'm not stuck living in like a student apartment someplace. So I'm pretty lucky in that area.
Right. After all, if we're good enough, we won't need to be the starving artisan. Right?
That is the goal.
I certainly think you'll make it.
You can keep complimenting me, and I can certainly just keep agreeing with you, and I'm doing it quite honestly, but you just kind of keep going back and forth on you're so great, you're so great.
Part of that, I think, is social convention.
You're right. I'm honestly not a sore loser, though. I really am very impressed with what you did. So, I wasn't actually lying when I said things.
I believe you, as I was not lying when I told you. I did not play the piano like that.
I'm not even sure my parents want me to play the piano like that, but I do anyway.
Well, they can judge it once they learn it. Once they get as good as you. Or, if they are you. Once they aren't. So, Anya shrugs.
Well, when you have a family like mine, with a history, they have certain expectations of you. Being an entertainer is not high at the top of their list, if you know what I mean.
I'm guessing they would have preferred you to be some politician in Italy.
Potentially. But I don't think it's really my style. I mean, I enjoy politics, but I don't think it's necessarily the best place for me to be.
That's fair. Something can be said for not having to edit everything you say and making sure that what you do say doesn't have some unintentional subtext behind it.
I mean, that's true. But the thing is, based on things like, oh, our kith or our houses, people are going to judge you regardless, and they're going to be thinking certain things of you. Not you in particular, but you, me, all of us.
Yes, but in a way, me in particular, and you in particular.
I was implying more about myself. And to be fair, it would apply to you as well. But I wasn't thinking you at the time.
That's fair.
At the same time, I have found the Baron to actually be pretty fair about these things. He seems to judge based on deeds.
Yes, it seems that I've had to learn that is the world that we live in now. She doesn't really say that with any amount of salt, really.
I mean, I can see where deeds are important.
But
I also see where the dreaming itself puts us in a certain to be certain types of fae, if you know what I mean. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't, move beyond that a bit, but it does mean that the dreaming has ideas for us.
that's an interesting way to see it.
I would hate to think that the dreaming was the only thing that really had some kind of pull on us. I mean, I would hate to think that it would take away our free will.
It's not exactly the most enlightening thought for me either.
Why be here if our actions don't mean something?
Philippa has a high-ass empathy score. That statement seemed to strike a chord in Anya a little bit as she kind of looks off and thinks about it. Sorry. Huh. You have a point.
You're right. So I had to look to see if she actually did have a high empathy score.
Oh, okay. That she had a high empathy score like a long time ago, so I was like, oh.
Okay. Yeah, she has empathy 3. And
Yeah.
perception 3, I think. So yeah. But Penny, for your thoughts?
I've just never heard it phrased like that.
Don't get me wrong. I am fairly traditional in many ways.
That's mine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she are born to be leaders. But why does that necessarily exclude what other kiths might do? Why does that exclude that they might be leaders too?
That is a very long-winded debate. I've heard many of us have. Some would say that us being leaders, it implies that everyone else is a follower. I'm not sure I agree with this notion. It puts us in boxes. Like, I do not like to be in boxes.
Who does? I mean, that boxes us in just as much as it boxes in a red cap.
Exactly. And our kith has a lot to answer for.
True. At the same time, we also didn't ask to be born what we are.
We didn't. But it was still our action. We may not exactly remember it. And in hindsight, we may think that we would never do something like that. But the fact of the matter is that it happened. And while some places like Albion are better about it, you look over to places like Concordia and see just how well it's fared out for them.
Nobody forgets the Night of Iron Knives. No. Least of all us, I think. Or at least I don't. Of course, I acknowledge all the things that we've done and that type of thing. I mean, that's needed. We need to remember what we've done. We can't change the past, though. So I try to move into the future and treat people well. I don't know what else I could really do.
It's a very unseelie statement of you. And she smiles.
The Unseelie think they can change the past? That's not her laughing, it's me.
That's fair. That's fair. Anya just says, well, we tend to not base ourselves in the past as much. We tend to move forward towards new things.
I'm not saying that the past isn't important. What I'm saying is that I personally cannot do anything to fix that. I don't know what is possible that I could do that. I mean, is anybody that good at Kronos?
We can ask around. We can see if we can unleash and see what happens.
Oh, that sounds like a fantastic plan, because unleashing never hurts at all.
Absolutely nothing can go wrong, trust me.
Right. No, I mean, I think the only way to try to fix the past at all is to try to prove ourselves in the future, in the present and the future.
Anya just nods, her point being further proven.
What's really happening is you're hearing a saint legacy talk.
That's fair.
That's what's really happening here. Little Miss Princess over here. But anyway, I just want to congratulate you. We certainly can find other things to talk about at another time. I'm sure. So.
Right.
You're still quite welcome to come to my my business if you'd like.
I think I'm going to take you up on that.
I try to keep it pretty open to, well, to all the Fae, really. We all need some place we can go that has at least some hint of safety to talk about things and to just be us. Especially out there. There's a back room, which is probably the main idea, I think.
All right. Well, I look forward to coming.
Good.
You mentioned it was a bar, right?
It is. A piano bar, amazingly enough. Sometimes... Go ahead.
I just need to make sure that there's a specific drink that you serve.
You're not going to say that, OOC, are you? Please tell me.
Yeah.
God damn it. Every fucking character.
Anya will say, "Death on the Vine."
We tend to cater to slightly higher scale type things, but I mean, there's a taste for everything. So sure. My bartenders are very good.
Excellent.
She just has an almost confused look on her face, like, why would anybody want that?
I feel like the Death on the Vine drink has just made its way through House Ilunid. It's just like, here, drink this. Why? Don't worry about it, Squire.
Well, I mean, she's there to cater to the customers, so... I mean, she probably offers everything. Maybe not the cheapest of beers, but there's probably higher, you know, like better, like what imports and you know, local beers and stuff like that. So there's probably even things like beer there. It just depends on what you want. But yeah, you know what? Most bars, if you say you want something, they'll find a way to serve it to you. So,
all right.
Yeah. And she'll be like, well, I should probably go talk to a couple of friends of mine over there.
Right.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you again. And competing with you again.
Next time I'll win. And she just offers a bit of a grin as she turns to walk away.
She smiles back. She is very happy with this competition.
This is a competition she's not afraid to take. If it was a fighting competition, she'd be like, no, thank you. Oh, yeah.
So that she'd be like, yeah, let's get it.
And she will, yeah, she'll turn to start heading off to talk to, you know, do the schmoozy thing. She's always trying to pick up people in context and whatever else. And thusly, if you want to talk to anyone, you have your chance to do so.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw my question in the side chat, Kim, but we got any alleles up in here?
I am looking at my Baron's NPC list to see where the houses are.
I don't think there's any allele barons. I think that was a very specific thing you mentioned to me.
Yeah, I don't think there's any barons. There's a couple of nameless knights, if that makes sense.
I feel you.
it still makes sense to go say hi to people like that because they are higher ranked than you.
Yeah. Even though in backstory, Anya was like a fucking duchess. Mad or not, she's hella salty.
Okay. But once you walk up to the knights, I'll give you like a fist bump and tell you congratulations and etc.
Yep. Yeah, the knights that may think that Anya's like too hoity-toity for that, no, she definitely goes with the fist bump, and she's like, "Thanks, fam."
Does she even know what a fist bump is?
Yeah, she would know. The human body would definitely know. Like, that's a very common thing.
I was going to say, Philippa would just be
Okay.
looking at that like, well, I'm not doing that. But this isn't Philippa.
She just didn't know what Christmas was. Also, she knows etiquette too, so she would know. I think it's etiquette 2, or at least etiquette 1.
So what's up?
Hey, just checking up on y'all. Haven't gotten to see housemates in a hot fucking minute.
Why not? Too terribly right here. Let's see. Maybe I can find it, possibly. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find the write-up on House of Leo.
Oh, what do you need to know?
Oh, there's one. There's the. Yeah, I just usually like to read the write-up and then estimate how many other people are actually.
Yeah, they're a super unseelie house, and pretty. They consider themselves the leaders of the unseelie court, just like all of the other unseelie houses do.
Alright, so he'll say, yeah, we're not too widespread up around here, but a little bit up north, he'll gesture towards outside the city. You'll find more of us.
All right. Are you all out of town as well?
Not like the gesture, like we were here before them, and that he'll gesture towards like the other barons. Not super salty about it. Like I'm not starving for glamour anymore, so
Right. How do you feel about your previous liege lords? Liege lords.
I mean, he was creepy. That, as far as I could tell, kind of harmless, just doing what he was told.
All right.
I mean, I could be wrong though. Wait.
I mean, if you want to get the lowdown on some things, I'm sure we can get a house get together among some of us. More than happy to share what I know.
Hmm.
Especially since I just so happen to be in the new Baron Nathan Adams. Well, I happen to be around that freehold a lot, so I happen to catch some things that happen there.
Certainly something we could do. Then that would be interesting.
All right. Well then, she'll write down her phone number, hand it off to him, say, "You just hit me up whenever you want to learn a thing or two."
The dude will give you his phone number. By the way, good job on that winter thing.
Oh, thank you. That was certainly an interesting adventure. I am glad that Christmas. She nods. She forgot how to pronounce Christmas. I am glad that it has gone on without a hitch.
Now what you get? I got a pretty nifty sword. He'll twirl a blade around his hand. Like you know how baton twirlers twirl? One end of baton between their fingers? Like he'll do that with his sword and then sheath it.
That sounds highly dangerous.
It's extremely dangerous.
Dude is losing some fingers. Oh, well, maybe not. I realize that he's an NPC, but yeah.
He was doing the hilt, guys.
Like Christ.
He was doing that with the hilt of his sword.
No, I mean I understood that, but a sword is fucking big.
And sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Philippa ducks out of, I'm just kidding.
No.
No. My face, my pretty face. Okay.
Time for generation, I can deal with it.
I don't.
Anya will respond with, "Nice sword. I got a very nice new pair of shoes."
Hold on.
Since Philippa has a cute sense hearing, can I say she overheard this?
I mean, not necessarily hiding the conversation about winter, so I guess so.
I was just being smart how I put it. Pretty much I mean, she's kind of wandering about anyways, aimlessly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if she happened to be right by there, if that works. Because there is kind of something important to deal with on this one.
Yeah.
And she'll just kind of slide right in. It was just sort of step just where Anya can see and kind of catch her eye, kind of testing to see if it's okay if she joins this conversation.
Yeah, as Philippa shows up, Anya kind of notices that. So, oh damn it! I had what she was going to say in my head. Damn it, Tim. Hold on.
Is it that important?
I mean, slightly. I don't know. Oh, I remember now. It was going to be something hella basic. It was just going to be Anya turning to Philippa and saying, "Oh, Philippa, did you need anything else, or were you just coming by to mingle?"
I was mingling, but I've heard what you guys were talking about, and I have a question, actually.
Anya will look to the neck.
The nameless NPC faceless person says, "What's going on, bro?"
She blinks confusedly at this. Like she knows what it means. She just isn't used to being referred to that way. Hi, and she'll offer a handout. Hi, nice to meet you.
He'll shake her hand.
If nothing else, she is very ladylike and pretty, just kind of the way she carries herself. You know what I mean? And so she'll shake his hand, not make the comment that, "Wow, you just said that to me." She won't be making that comment. But she'll just be like, "There's something weird going on. I'm not quite sure what. I just know when I checked in my bar the day after Christmas that my old piano was gone and there's a new one, and I have no idea what's going on. Is this sound familiar to you guys?"
Oh yeah, that's probably Winter.
Yes. On Christmas Day, myself, Baron Adams, and Benoit, and as well as Baron Nathan's captain of the guard, we saved. I could be wrong in this, but I believe from what I've been told, we literally saved Christmas and Hanukkah, and I believe Kwanzaa, and I believe all of the other winter holidays.
There's a confused look. Not quite a stare because she's not rude. That's one thing about this character. She's not really rude. So just a confused look. Because there's no... I mean, honestly, it looks like... except I don't find any evidence that there was a break-in, but it looks like someone broke in, stole my very expensive insured piano, replaced it with a much nicer one, and left no note.
Yeah, that was probably Winter. Do you know what Santa Claus is? Because she doesn't seem to know, and he'll point to Anya.
She'll not.
Who's...
He's kind of like Santa Claus. Sometimes he'll give us.
Who is Santa?
I'm
The dude will pull out his phone and show her a picture of a.
I'll say, if we're in the dreaming, phones probably wouldn't work, right?
Like,
your call.
They'll work to an extent, like you can turn them on and like view your pictures, but telecommunication isn't quite there yet.
Okay. But she's shown a picture of Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Batman!
Yeah, she's actually going to look down at herself, and she'll look up to this guy. But by the way, what kid is this guy?
He's an Autumn She.
Okay, yeah, she'll just be like, "I'm Autumn She. I'm not Arcadian." So I guess I know of Santa Claus and Father Christmas and all of the above.
Yeah. That's Winter for you. Let's see.
Is this the man that killed Christ?
No.
No.
No, that was
Pontius Pilate, I think.
Yeah, I think it's what she said. But Santa Claus gives gifts to children who behave during the year.
That's
okay. That is why.
Because they were well behaved.
It's based on kind of the way we're based on stories. Like if you hear a lot of stories, that's probably where we came from, or they came from us, depending on how you want to look at it.
and that's fair. I understand that. Okay.
Yes, there's a lot of different versions of Santa Claus. There's also Father Christmas, Papa Noel, depending on where you go.
Krampus.
Krampus is a really twisted version of it.
Okay. This
But
makes
yes,
sense.
the stories are everywhere, and in the same way that we are stories, he is a story.
Except he's a really big one.
Yeah, he's certainly more important than I am.
So he's not apologizing for killing Jesus.
He didn't kill Jesus.
And the knight will just point with her and nod in agreement.
I'm going to get you a copy of the Bible so that you can understand better about who killed Jesus.
Oh, don't.
There is a very immediate. There's a very almost like reflexive, kind of shaking of her head, and she just goes, "No, thank you.
Okay, how about a quick overview on the internet?
No, thank you."
Okay, well, you're the one who keeps asking about who killed Jesus.
Right.
You realize that, right? You're the one who keeps asking the question?
Yes. Well, I don't know. I'm not exactly. She kind of looks and thinks. I had an interest in the holiday, not necessarily with the religion itself.
I'm not trying to push a religion on you.
I am aware of that.
Okay, good. Because I'm not here to push any religion on anybody.
I
grew up
with a very strong sense of like, yeah.
Like she actually she does believe. I mean, from what I'm hearing, she does believe Philippa, though, right?
Yeah.
Like Philippa's literally offering it as like a piece of literature that has stories in it. That's literally how she was offering it to you as it. Whether you understood that or not is your own thing.
Oh no, this character has very strong backstory reasons as to why she is very opposed to not getting a Bible or anything involving religion. It's very interesting.
Okay. I'm just saying, yeah, she wasn't offering it to you as.
Tim gets it. Tim gets it.
She'll just shrug. She'll just be like, "Trust me, it was this old Roman guy who did it. Okay, it was an old Roman guy who killed Jesus."
All right.
This dude is just amused.
Well, either way, it turns out then if that's what happened, then maybe it's a good thing that I didn't call the cops.
Your gut was right on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell the insurance.
Got stolen.
But then I don't have a police report.
You can let's see. You can repeal your insurance off of the old piano, saying you donated it to charity, but you don't want a tax benefit from it.
Because it's anonymous. Yeah, it's anonymous. I don't
want insurance on a new piano.
No, so the excuse of having donated it is a pretty good plan. I'll just tell them that. I don't think they're going to check into the details of where and when. I'm sure there's some sort of musical charity out there. I'll do some research that I can claim I gave it to. And why would they even look into it? Without having a police report, it's difficult. My apologies. Get stuck on these things. I have too many businesses going on that I have to keep up with.
Is it a cool piano?
It plays beautifully. It is probably the best piano I've ever seen. I mean, the other one was good too, though. But this is definitely better.
He likes to go with very personalized punch in the gut kind of gifts. Just like, he wants to make you cry because of memories. Like, I don't know why the dude gets off on that, but yeah.
Wait, so the Duke has something to do with this?
No, the dude. I said dude, D-U-D-E,
Got
and he's like talking about Winter.
Oh. That is interesting. Why would Winter be worrying about our memories? I mean, in theory, if it's winter, then death is coming soon. Or winter is death? It depends how you want to look at it.
I think it's complicated. Like, I mean, I think he's asleep now, which means you can't find him. But he showed up before Christmas, and then that whole issue was just like weird.
I see.
Is he going to turn to Anya? What exactly happened again? Some details, but not sure if it was all exaggerated or.
Well, now there's only so much of this I remember too, so bear with me. We went through about 5 different tribes into the deep draining, where we encountered a group of red caps that immediately tried to attack us. We dispatched them. And when we found Winter being tied down, well, he wasn't tied down. I believe he was incapacitated with the leader of this Red Cat gang attempting to kill him. In the middle of fighting him, Winter woke up. And I believe he wiped out the entire gang, with the exception of one.
Well then. That's still cool as hell though.
It was, yeah, for sure. In fact, the one survivor, we took one with us because, well, it wasn't necessarily a good idea to just leave someone alone in deep draining.
Yeah, things get kind of wonky there. But yeah, I am an expert swordsman. He'll gesture towards the sword. And if you guys need to be taught how to handle a sword, I'd be willing to teach you.
I could use someone to test my skill with.
Sure. When and where?
I've been taught a little. It's not something I've ever really concentrated on. I know enough to know which way to hold the sword. Let's put it that way. Oh, see, that would be melee 1. Dex 2. I'm sure it would be much more entertaining for the two of you to do that sometime.
There's more tournaments coming up. There's a combat one, in fact. They'll probably see you in it, and he'll look to Anya.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'll see if I can't get us lined up.
All right. I do not get to test my skills nearly as much as I would like.
Oh yeah, there's a practice ring. And let's see. He'll like give you an address for practice, combat practice with swords and stuff. That isn't the raw practice. That is the gym.
All right. Just in case I'm just going to write that down on the phone. Because, yeah.
Alright. Ah, sorry. I dropped something. Anything else you guys want to cover? Because I know you guys got a thing to get to.
Oh, see, I think I'm cool. What about you, Christy?
I'm good, I think.
Alright. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This is another edition of Chaos in London, Changeling Edition, where we did performance things. Bye.